My favorite topic, making money. Making money from home. It is literally my favorite topic, and I am super excited to talk about it with you this evening. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get right into it. I want to know, how much would you love to earn from home? If, like, literally, if you woke up tomorrow morning with your own business, ready to go, how much would you be aiming for? I want to know what your goal would be. I'll tell you, my first goal was a whopping $500 a month. In fact, I could not imagine earning more than that. My brain could only wrap around I could only see myself earning $500 a month. I literally could not believe for more than that. It was tough. It was tough to see past $500 a month because I was so broke, and I had a poverty mindset. And I'll be honest with you, it took me years to break out of that poverty mindset. Years and years and years and years. When you really need more water. When you are so used to struggling with your finances, it causes this fear of loss mentality. It causes this sense of desperation, even when you're no longer desperate. Isn't that crazy to think about? I literally was in my mind going to lose everything I had, and I lived with that for years. Even though I made really, really good money, I still had this fear of I'm broke. I don't have any money. And it's crazy because I would find myself saying that. So that would be my first tip for you tonight. My first tip for you tonight would be work on your mindset when it comes to your belief about money. That would be my number one tip for you tonight. It's got to start here, my friends. If you are ever going to earn, and it's not even about if you're ever going to earn what you want to earn. You can't enjoy it if you're stuck in a poverty mindset. And I'll be honest with you. I don't think I really fully enjoyed myself to the fullest until recently. And that's shocking to say, considering the success that I've had over the years. But I want to know, let me know in the comments, how much money would you like to earn? If I was here's your passive income business, here you go, how much are we going for? Because here's the thing. Hey Kay, good to see you on. Hi Angie, hi Heidi. You don't have a boss. And when you don't have a boss, your goals have to be what employs you every day. Because I'll tell you, you're not going to feel like doing this all the time. And it may sound silly, but when you're working for yourself, when you're building your own business, there will be times you will literally not want to work your business because it's a beautiful day outside. And I'm not even kidding. You will want to skip out on working your business because a friend is having a whatever, right? So your goal has to be, you have to feel so strongly about reaching your goal that you are willing to put some things aside for a season so that you can achieve your goal. Can I get an amen in the comments? Can I get an amen in the comments? Because it's worth it. And I'll tell you, this is what I hear all the time. I hear, I don't have time. I want to start my own business, but I don't have time. What if I told you that you could build a passive income business working just 2 hours a day? Just 2. That you could get all of your income earning activities done in 2 hours a day. That's it. And the good news is that you can break those 2 hours up. And I'm telling you, my friend, if you were to write down, if you were to catalog every hour of your day, you will find it. Hey, Jada, you will find the 2 hours that you need. You'll find it. And when you want change bad enough, you will make it happen. Can I get an amen in the comments? Okay, so I'm going to ask you this. Imagine if you had to come up with $5,000 by Friday, or you were going to lose your house. Like, wouldn't you would be like, oh my God, what do I have to do, right? There's a really good movie. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's actually based on a true story, and it's called Apple Cake Mortgage. And it makes me think about those of us that really want change, but yet we make all the excuses in our minds about why we can't do something, when in reality, all of the things that we're saying about why we can't do something is really the reason why we should do something. But in this movie called Apple Cake Mortgage, this woman was literally about to lose her home. And she ended up selling and baking and selling like over 100 apple cakes in like 3 weeks. And she saved her house doing that. You know, like, that's desperation. And so when you find yourself in a desperate situation like I was, you're going to make it happen. So here's where I was, okay? My husband passed away in 2008. By 2012, I had $70 to my name, and I was getting my children off the bus and putting them in a daycare room so that I could train clients at a boot camp pretty much every night of the week. And we were still struggling. I was still relying on Social Security death benefits from my husband's death. I was still borrowing money from my parents, right? And I was willing to put in the work that it took. I was offered to start a gym in Pearland, and I honestly thought that was going to be my answer. I thought, okay, if I want more time with my kids, I just need to work more. I'm gonna build this gym to be the biggest gym in Pearland, and I'm gonna make all this money to where I don't have to work. That doesn't even make sense, because most self-employed people work 100 hours a week, and they're the last people to get paid, because you have to pay the landlord, you have to pay your employees, you have to pay all of the bills. You're the last to get paid, and you're the first to arrive and the last to leave. So that was delusional, right? But I had a girlfriend who was brave enough to reach out to me and say, hey, you need to look at this. And so that opportunity changed my life, because I was open-minded. When you're desperate, it pays to be open-minded. Am I right? When you're looking for change, it pays to be open-minded, right? And so I took a look, and let me tell you, this is how you know you're going to be successful. If you're sitting on here tonight and you're just like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be successful, Jana, let me help you out. Are you here for it? Put here for it in the comments. If you're here for help, put here for it in the comments, because I'm about to set you free. Everything you're thinking about, I don't know if I can do this, I'm about to squash all doubts in your mind. Are you here for it? Okay, so here it goes. What I saw in 2012 was I saw other people having success. I love it. I love it, Kay. I saw other people having success, and that came in the form of a magazine, a company magazine, and there was story after story after story after story of all of these different people. Some were men, some were women, some were from corporate America, some were not. I saw teachers and coaches. I saw all of these different types of people crushing it with this online business. So that's evidence number one for you guys, okay? is if you see other people crushing it, that's a really good sign. Okay? That means that, oh my gosh, if they can do it, I can do it, right? And then the second thing that I saw was there was a system in place. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, okay, a system. So if I just follow this system, right, then I can have success. So my friends, tonight you have the opportunity to own your own passive income system. That's why we're here. So why is that important? Why is a system important? Well, a system gets you out of the way. Isn't that exciting? A done-for-you system means that Kay does not have to figure it out. Sam does not have to figure it out. Diana doesn't have to figure it out. Maria doesn't have to figure it out. A system means that you don't have to figure it out. It gets you out of the way. Hey girl, hey, are you feeling better? Do you see, doesn't that excite you? Doesn't that excite you? Let me know in the comments. Say, yes, Jana, I'm excited about the fact that a system means I don't have to figure it out. Okay, what if I told you, okay, all right, Sandra, all right, Selena, you are going to have to sell these Stanley Cups, but you're going to have to figure out how to build and make the cup. Like you have to make this from scratch. You would be like, okay, cancel me. I can't do that. I don't have the skills to do that, right? So that's what I say when I say system. You have a system that you can own that's already done for you. And good news, you're not going to have to sell Stanley Cups. But you get, I'm just trying to help you to see and help you to understand that hey, Mindy, that because there's a system in place and there's evidence of success, your confidence in your ability to be able to make money online with this passive income system should be rising as I'm talking to you. Yes? Put yes in the comments if your confidence is rising. Because let me tell you, it's very natural when you see something new that you've never done. It's very, very natural to count yourself out. It's very natural to say, whoa, I don't know if I can do that. Hey, Deb. Because it's foreign to you. And if you want to put this in the comments, you can. If you don't, I get it. But if you're 40 or older like me, I'm about to be 43, right? If you're in your 40s or older, you've probably already gotten really, really good at certain things in your life by now, right? Like whatever you do for a living, you've probably already gotten really good at that. So for me to come on here and say, okay, you're going to have to learn how to make these cups and sell them, good luck. You'd be like, absolutely not. I wouldn't even know where to begin. So what I'm offering to you tonight is a system that's already done for you, that's already in place. There's a formula for success already in place. You don't have to figure it out. Okay, so here is evidence piece number 3. Here's exhibit 3, all right, to help you see that you can have success here. So we talked about evidence of success where you've seen other people crush it, right? And now you have a system in place, so we've gotten you out of the way. And then, so what's the third piece? The third piece, my friend, is you're going to have help. 24/7 support. You are not going to be alone, my friend. I have been doing this for 13 years. This is what I do, and you've got me, boo. Right? You've got me. You've got me. Okay, so those are 3 pieces of evidence that you are going to have success with this online passive income opportunity. Are you excited about that? Are you excited? Yes? Yes. Yes. Okay. So the fourth thing that you have, and this is really a bonus, okay? This is a bonus. Are you excited? Are you excited right now? Like, oh my gosh. Okay. So there's a system in place. There's evidence of success. You're going to have support. And now guess what else? My friends, this is my favorite. I mean, everything's my favorite. I'll be honest. Everything is my favorite. Let's be real. But this is how you know it's freaking fun. And why is fun important? Let me know in the comments. Why is fun important? Come on. Why is fun important? I know you know the answer. Let me know. You got to say it down below. Why is having fun one of the most important pieces? I think there might be a delay. I'm going to let you answer while I take a sip of water. You got to enjoy what you're doing or you're not going to want to do it. That is the 4th piece of evidence that you are going to crush it, because you are going to have so much fun that you're not going to want to stop doing it. But not just that. When there's a strategy in place, it gives you comfort and assurance to know, hey, as long as I just follow the strategy, I can't lose. So back to 2012, I had $70 to my name. I had 2 children under the age of 6 at the time. My husband has been dead for 4 years. Okay. And I say that to say, my friends, it's not like I had this built-in babysitter that could watch the kids while I worked my business. They were little, so they required a lot of time, effort, and energy, right? That's what my life looked like. Sleep was the best part of my day. Why was sleep the best part of my day? Because I wasn't stressing about money. I didn't have to hear my kids ask me for things that I could not give them because I did not have any money. That's what my life looked like in 2012. I was tired because I was training all these boot camp classes. I was not only training at a gym that I worked at, but I was also training at parks and things like that. And still was struggling financially. Because there's only so many hours in the day. You can only train so many classes when you have 2 children under 6 years old, right? And so what I saw that day was not just a system. It wasn't just evidence of success. It wasn't the fact that I was going to have help. And it wasn't just that I saw that it was going to be fun. But it was my only opportunity. What else was I going to do? There was no other option for me. Either I was going to do it and I was going to succeed, or I was going to do it and I was going to fail. It didn't matter because I only had $70, so I didn't really care if I lost it anyway. But good news for you, my friend. Did you see the caption? Right? Did you read the caption? But it worked. It worked. And so here I was in 2012 with no social media following, no friends, no people skills, no tech skills, barely graduated high school. I have a checkered past. Let's keep it 100. I've probably been to jail more times than you have. I can bet you that, right? I come from drug addiction, alcohol addiction. And guess what? I made $1,100 in my first 6 weeks, and I really didn't know what the heck I was doing. I was ignorance on fire. I was so excited to finally have a chance at a different life that I just showed up with passion. And let me tell you, in the beginning, you might be struggling with that a little bit. But passion is the one thing that you also have to show up with, because that's what people gravitate towards. So for me in 2012, I was doing 3-way phone calls. In fact, I called my first person. Don't worry, you don't have to make phone calls here. This is 2012. This is 2024 tonight. So we're not doing the old school stuff unless you want to. But I remember calling Shelly Long. And I just said, oh my God, girl, you got to see this. And she was like, what are you talking about? And I said, I really don't know. I'm not kidding. That's exactly what happened. I said, I really don't know, but my friend Karen is she's going to tell you all about it. And I just said, I'm doing it with or without you, but I've got to do this. And then I handed Karen the phone, and I'll let Karen do the work. And then I just started to talk to people. I talked to people at the grocery store. I talked to people everywhere I could, right? Because I was starving for a different life, man. I could not go another day like living the way that I was living. You know, and good news is, being that it's 2024, you don't have to talk to strangers. You don't have to host home parties. You don't have to get on the phone if you don't want to. You don't have to meet people at coffee shops. But doing that, following that system back in 2012, I earned $33,000 and a trip, an all expenses paid trip. And I have not stopped since, my friend. Have I wanted to quit? Oh my gosh, so many times. Has it been hard? Yes. Have I just grown a lot? Yeah, I'm not the same person I was in 2012, right? And so I just want you to stop long enough tonight to just daydream for a little bit and just ask yourself, what if? What if I took this opportunity? What if I plugged into this system? What if I let Jana help me? What if I have fun doing this and I make some money? How would that feel? How would that feel? I want you to be so proud of yourself going into 2025. I don't just want you to make yourself proud. I want you to make your family proud. Right? I remember when I was chasing my first goal, 2012, man, I was like, I'm making money for Disney. I'm making money for Disney. I wanted to pay cash to take my kids to Disney World. I was sick of my mom paying for me. I was 30 years old. I didn't want my mom paying for me at 30 years old. So I just kept telling my kids, when I had to go do home parties and hotel meetings and coffee shop meetings and be on the phone, I just said, Mom's going to go make money for Disney. Thank you, Dad. My dad was the one who looked after my kids. I would literally drive 30 minutes to Manville, drop my kids off with my dad, drive all the way to downtown Houston for a hotel meeting, and then finally get my kids home maybe around midnight. And I did that several nights a week. You do not have to do that today, honey. All the excuses that you have going on in your head are not valid. Come on now. I got you. But I went on to make over $70,000 a year. Paid cash to take my kids on so many trips. I have 2 vehicles, no car note, right? Paid off $19,000 worth of credit card debt. Was able to put my kids in an expensive private school, ultimately homeschooled my kids. My income went up and down, you know, as your goals change and as you're able to, and I started another business. I opened my fitness business, started a whole fitness business, you know, was able to donate to a lot of charities. My kids and I adopted, we sponsored rather a girl from Rwanda. So we've been able to do a lot of things with our money. And I just think about, what if I had counted myself out? What if I had counted myself out back in 2012? Just me saying yes. Remember my friend Shelly that I told you about earlier when I called her and I said, I'm doing this with or without you? Well, guess what? She went on to not only make over 6 figures, but that my yes is what allowed her to help her build her dream home. Like, just the power of your yes. I cannot take full ownership of what she's been able to accomplish, but I remember when I first called her, and I remember her first goal was $500 a month, and then I took her to an event and her vision grew, and so she went from $500 a month to $14,000 a month, all because I had the courage to pick up the phone and say, I'm doing this with or without you. So do you see the power of your yes? I look at my kids now who are, 19 and almost 20 years old. Well, my son is 18. My daughter's about to be 20. And they've never known me to work outside of the home. I look at their lives now and the people that they become because I've been able to be present with them. So your yes is not just about you. It impacts so many people. And you don't even know it yet. There's so many people out there that are going to be impacted by your yes, that are waiting for you to say yes to your goals because they need a solution. And I get it. In the beginning, it's all about you. I'll be honest with you. My first 2 years in the business, I really didn't think a whole lot about other people. I'm just being 100% honest with you. All I cared about was Jana and her kids. If you didn't want to hear me talk about the opportunity, then to me, you were an idiot. I've grown a lot since then. I'm just trying to tell you where I was back in 2012. I thought you had lost your mind if you didn't think that owning a passive income business wasn't the greatest thing on the earth. I'm like, how do you not see how amazing this is? Bye. But now my heart for people has grown. Hey girl, hey. Right? Now, your goals, your why, that's why I show up every night at 9:00. There are nights when I don't feel like it, but you know what? I am in selfless mode. I've reached my goals. My kids are almost 19 and 20 years old. They got their own jobs. They're doing their own thing. I could honestly just sit back and do nothing if I wanted. Thank you for the love, my friend. But God has called me to help people. God has called me to help you. It's not about me anymore. It's not about me anymore. I want you to experience the freedom of what it's like to wake up to more money than you had the day before. I want you to experience what it's like to tell your boss you're never coming back. I want you to experience what it's like to be able to take your family on a vacation, pull out all the stops, and never tell them no. And make money while you're on vacation. I want you to experience that. I want you to experience what it's like when you have zero debt. Can you imagine if you had zero debt? It's the best feeling ever, my friends. In fact, I would challenge you. That's got to be your first goal. You have to get out of debt. As long as you're in debt, you are a slave. The borrower will always be a slave to the lender. So let's put that in the comments if you're comfortable with it. How much money would you have extra a year if you had zero debt? I guarantee you it's about 35 grand. You're probably paying for a mortgage and a car note at minimum. I'm guessing that's around $3,000 a month. That's $36,000 a year. You could literally give yourself a $36,000 a year raise if you just had no debt. You see what I mean? So this opportunity is not just about money. It's about you no longer being alive and you actually living for a change. Like, it's time to live. I don't know about you. I'm about to be 43 this year. I've got at least 50 more years here, and I'm not going to do it broke and miserable. I want to partner with like-minded women just like you, and I want to have fun making a lot of money and doing a lot of good on this earth. Are you here for it? Like, yes, let's go. Let's go. I gotta check and see the time. Sometimes I don't know. I'm like, oh my God, have I been rambling for an hour? What time is it? Right? How would it feel? So here's what you have to ask yourself. Okay? You're welcome, girlfriend. Here's what you have to ask yourself. Am I willing to dedicate 1 to 2 hours a day to build my passive income business? Because I can show you how you can get all of your income earning activities done in 2 hours a day. So are you willing to do 2 hours a day? Maybe, shoot, that could be 15 minutes, you know, in the car, at the car line, if you got littles, right? That could be on a lunch break. You might do 30 minutes on your lunch break. You might do, 10 minutes early in the morning before work. I don't know. It doesn't have to be all at once, but you've got to be able to find the 2 hours a day. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you can do it in just 5 minutes. Like, it's going to take at least 2 hours a day. But like I said, it's fun. So you're going to want to do it, right? We're going to have fun doing this. Are you willing to do the 2 hours a day? Are you willing to learn a new way? Are you willing to be okay with the fact that you might not make any money your first month? You got to be okay with that, because I can't promise you anything. Now, I do have a strategy that will help you profit within 7 days, but I can't make any promises. So you have to be okay with that. You have to understand that building a business takes time, right? Things can happen really, really quickly, or it may take a month or two. So I'll be honest with you. I started a new passive income business recently. I made $100 my first month. But guess what? The second month, it was $1,600. You see? So now it's growing, and I'm in the third month right now. Okay? So it's growing. It's growing. But you got to be okay with that. You know why? Because your goals are worth it, right? Here's my mindset. Time is going to go by whether you do this or not. You might as well do it. Because let me tell you, watching Netflix isn't going to pay you. Sitting around couch surfing isn't going to pay you. Going out drinking and doing happy hour is not going to pay you. Being sad about your life is not going to pay you. The only thing that's going to change your life is action. And you have to do something different. Because what's the definition of insanity? If you think your job is going to create wealth for you, it's not. Because if it was, it would have already. Right? So what's holding you back? Why haven't you started yet? I want to know. I have no water and I'm like dying of thirst. I just have a bunch of ice. Well, at least the Stanley Cup is working, right? All the ice is still here after all this time. I'm seriously waiting in the comments. Okay, okay. Okay, money is the reason you should do it. Let me tell you, I've had women in the past have garage sales so they could start their passive income business with me. No lie. Okay, let me tell you about Antoine. So my friend Antoine, and I'll stop chewing ice. My friend Antoine lost his legs in a drunk driving accident. He wasn't the driver, but he lost his legs. And he was struggling being on disability. Couldn't really get a good job, right? He went into his closet and he sold old stereo equipment so he could start his passive income business with me. Ain't no excuse. You can do this. Right? If you knew that you were going to lose your house and your car by Friday, if you did not come up with $5,000, honey, you would come up with $5,000. Tell me I'm lying. Shoot, I know I would. I'd sell my bed. I would sell everything in this house. Shoot, as long as I have a roof over my head, I don't really care about furniture. I'd rather have a roof. Right? So it's a mindset. See, every reason why you haven't started, or every excuse of why you haven't started, is actually the reason why you should. Money is the reason I haven't started. Well, then money needs to be the reason that you should start. And I'm just trying to change your mindset, because it's your mindset that has kept you in the same situation that you're in. Right? So it's not really money. It's just a mindset thing. So I hope I was able to help you with that. And then you need to go read my caption right there. Click off and go read the caption and click the link. But yeah, my friend, time is going to go by whether you do it or not. And Kay, I say that with a heart of compassion, because I've heard that so many times. I don't have the money. I'm like, well, then that's why we need to do this. Because what would you happen if there was an emergency, right? This is a statistic I heard a long time ago, but like 60% of Americans do not have $500 for an emergency. That is crazy. That just tells me that everybody needs this opportunity. So you might be thinking, I don't really know anybody. Shoot, 6 out of 10 of your friends don't even have $500. They need this opportunity, just like you do. Telling you. Because I just gotta say this train is moving. And I'm not slowing down. I'm looking for people who are ready for change and who want help and who are ready to run. So you can either watch the train go by or you can jump on. It's totally up to you. I'm not going to come hunt you down and beg you, but I am going to show up every night at 9 o'clock. And every time you see me, you're going to be like, okay, Jana. At some point, you're going to say yes. All right, babe. Have a good night. Peace out, my friend. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you so much. It is late. It is 9:45. I think I'm going to go hang out with the kids. But have an amazing night, my friend. Thank you for hopping on. Go check the link if you haven't. Okay? Go check the link if you haven't. And put your email in, okay? So you can find out more, all right? You need to see the video of exactly what this opportunity is.